Even if Airbus is on the rise, there is a few subjects that Airbus should be worrying about. We'll see this in the second part of the video. But first of all, let's see how Airbus is doing in the stock market, because let's face it, guys, this is what matters to us investors, and this is why you're here. So first, let's see how Airbus did during this crisis we've been through since January 2022. Airbus just lost 10.7% since the beginning of the year. So if you compare to other stocks that lost like 20, 30, 40%, it's a pretty good number. Airbus gained 8% this week. I can see the stock going back to 112 euros. This is the price we had end of May. Now, the estimates are pretty good too. Now, the analysts are predicting, and you know that you have to take analysts' prediction with a grain of salt, but the analysts say that within 3 months, the stock price could reach 152 euros. I'm thinking that it is possible, but given the circumstances of 2022, it might be a little bit hard to reach. But anyway, that would be a 47%, which would be a great return. So what's driving Airbus up in these times of crisis? Well, first of all, the fall of the euro. As you know, the euro lost against the dollar 20% since the beginning of the year. And this is good news for Airbus. Why is that? Because Airbus has mainly costs in euros while having orders in dollars. So basically, they buy stuff and products in euros, but when people buy their planes, it's in dollars. You know, the former Airbus CEO, Louis Gallois, used to say, when the dollar loses 10 cents against the euro, Airbus loses 1 billion. All right. So right now, the situation, given the euro dollar, is a good thing for Airbus. The second thing that is in favor of Airbus is the problems that Boeing had to face with the 737 MAX, which meant for Airbus more sales of its A320neo series. So that was a good thing. In fact, Airbus has been the largest plane maker for the third straight year with 611 jetliner deliveries, while Boeing only transferred 337 new aircraft to customers in 2021. So it's half what Airbus sold. So as you can see, Airbus is dominating the market right now, but this might change in the coming years because Airbus is losing the contest with Boeing over orders. So while Airbus won the deliveries race, Boeing is poised to take the orders crown. Airbus racked up 771 gross sales for the year, short of the 829 its US rival had at the end of November. Some people say that it's because Boeing lowered the price of the 737. So what are those problems I was talking about in the introduction when I said that Airbus should be worrying? The first thing is Qatar Airways. In August 2021, Qatar Airways announced that it had received an order from the Qatari air regulator to ground 13 of its Airbus A350s due to the rapid deterioration of the fuselage surfaces. The company, believing that the problem affects flight safety, decides to no longer take delivery of the A350s. They also demand that Airbus pay a $1.4 billion penalty, which of course Airbus refuses to do. So Airbus recognizes defects in the finish, okay? They say, yeah, it's pretty obvious anyway. Have you seen the photo? It's you can't just deny. But it refutes any risk to aircraft safety, and this is where the problem lies. On one side, you have Airbus. They say, yeah, we recognize we screwed up on the paint and we are ready to repaint at our own expense. But we don't recognize the safety problem. You got to understand that Qatar Airways have been grounding all their A350s for a year. So that's a lot of money lost. And Airbus refuses to take this as a responsibility. So they say, yeah, you grounded the planes for no reason. These planes should have flown all this time. So there's a huge problem. So the case has been brought to court before the High Court of Justice in London. So anyway, in this matter, you and I are not experts, so there's nothing we can say or we can do anyway. So Airbus, in retaliation, for Qatar Airways refusing to take delivery of the A350s, decided to cancel an order for 50 A320neo. 21 actually, which represents a $6 billion contract. Now you might think, oh, that's a loss for Airbus. This plane is in high demand, so Airbus will have no problem, giving it to somebody else, some other airlines. In fact, I believe maybe they're happy of this situation. But anyway, so the case has been brought before the High Court of Justice in London, which confirmed, by the way, April 26, 2022, Airbus' decision to cancel the contract, the A321neo's contract, because it was written in the general contract of the A350s anyway, so that's why it's been approved by the court. This situation is not easy for any of both companies. Qatar Airways is one of Airbus' main customers. So the problem here is it's very difficult to reunite two companies after such a war. The problem with Airbus is that maybe Qatar Airways will go to Boeing next time. This is the problem. And you can tell that the Qatar Airways CEO, Akbar Al-Bakr, is furious and takes it personally. He talks he says things about Airbus that don't really sound professional, in a way that, he said, oh, they're trying to lie to us. They're trying to makes the world believe that we're lying or making something up, when we grounded the planes and said that the paint could have severe safety issues on the planes. So you can tell the guy is very angry. Recently, basically on Friday, July 15th, 2022, the same High Court in London ruled against Airbus this time on a technical point of the dispute by considering that the European aircraft manufacturer could not take advantage of the French law known as blocking law, which prohibits the communication of sensitive information to foreign entities. It's something that the French government made up, to make sure that when one of their companies cruise up abroad, they can at least forbid these companies to hand over secret information. I guess the United States, they do the same. But anyway, fair enough, I would say. So anyway, this story is not over, and we're looking for the sequel. And no, what I'd like to say seriously is that hopefully this conflict will be, they will find some common ground. Maybe Airbus can say, okay, you know what? Take these A321 that you ordered at the same time. We will repaint all the plane and we will give you some compensation for having those planes grounded for a year, something like that, But that's what I wish. But I believe that this thing will go all the way to the court, all the way to a verdict, all the way to blood. That's what I believe. Now, so that was the first problem for Airbus. And the second one is basically, it's the end of the duopoly. For several decades, the American Boeing and the European Airbus have shared 99% of the market for airliners with more than 110 seats. This market weighs more than $100 billion every year. But this duopoly seems to be weakened in 2022 for several reasons. First, for the first time, two medium-haul single-aisle aircraft, the Chinese Comac C919 and the Russian Irkut, I don't know how it's pronounced, MC-21 are about to enter service. Added to this is the Boeing 737 MAX crisis. Since Boeing stopped delivering these planes from 2019 to 2021, the production balance has been broken. But this specific story is good for Airbus. But the problem is, it gives more room for the other two, China and Russia, because companies will get tired of waiting for the Airbus A320. And since the Boeing is not available, what they will do is that they will go to China and Russia. Probably not the Western airlines, but airlines in the rest of the world. Why would they say no? We used to say made in China was, for bad products and etc., but not anymore. Look at all the people having a Huawei smartphone. So it says a lot about and I saw that plane, the Comac C919. It's a great plane. It looks exactly like the Airbus, by the way. Did they copy? Now the question is, should we buy Airbus? Should we invest in Airbus? That's the only question that matters here on this channel. But it's good to have a clear picture of where Airbus is right now. I would say it's good to have this company in your portfolio for the long term. So today, July 16th, 2022, the stock price is 103.7 euros. A few weeks ago, I believe 2 weeks ago, the stock price was like 93 euros. The stock price might go down again, especially if the euro is going up again against the dollar. The market might think, oh, the euro is going up again. Airbus is not taking advantage of that situation anymore, so we're gonna sell the stock. That might happen. I believe this company is here to last. Just like Boeing. I can't, even with the new competition, I can't see these two companies going away anytime soon. They might lose some market shares. Yeah, that might happen, especially for small planes. But right now it's a good investment. Now, if you go for trading, like swing trading or something like that, I believe that 103 euros might be too high. I think the price will go down again before going to 120, 125, or even more. That's what I think. I think 2023 though, when the situation will be back to normal, when it comes to airlines and flights and the whole COVID thing, I believe Airbus will be, in like around 130, 35, 40, who knows. But again, with the market, nobody knows. Nobody is able to time the market. Nobody is able to say anything. Who would have predicted what happened in 2020? So there you go. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you liked it, of course. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.